Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Saint-Omer, and this is from director Alice Diop, and this is the French submission for the Best International Film Oscar this year, focusing on Rama, who is a novelist who attends the trial of Laurence Coly at Saint-Omer Criminal Court to use her story to write a modern-day adaptation of the ancient myth of Medea, but things don't go as expected as Rama sits through this trial, and we have this woman, Coly, who is up there trying to explain why her child wound up dead. And this is a hard sell of a film, I feel like, to a lot of general audiences, because so much of it is just a camera sitting on Guslaji Malanda, who plays Coly, who's then telling stories. She's being questioned, and it's very static a lot of the times. When it does try to break things up is where it shifts camera over to Kayaji Kagami's Rama, who's sitting in attendance, and there's some emotional reactions from Rama that are very unexpected along the way. This story really challenges you to think about, the whole entire landscape of birth and conception and fitness, honestly, to be a parent, and really thinking about at what point should somebody be able to decide what they want to do, and it's not an easy film to process as this woman leaves her 15-month-year-old child on the beach to be swept away by the tide in order to... That's what we figure out, is what led to this woman leaving her child on the beach, killing this child, and this is not like an easy open and shut case, as the film challenges you to think about the circumstances that led this woman to be in this situation to begin with. And Rama, who's pregnant herself, really processing her own thoughts and feelings on this situation. And there's a lot of layers to the emotional impact that this film has. And it really does challenge you to take a step back and really process your feelings, your thoughts, your motivations for wanting to go through this. And you see Rama, who's going through an increase in anxiety of her own pregnancy moving forward, and what she's going to do about her own situation, how she got into her own situation to begin with. And this definitely is going to be a film that is going to be polarizing depending on who watches this film, because there will be a lot of people that it's just like, how could you even possibly consider anything that this woman did as justified or at least understandable, where it's like we can understand where she was coming from with what she did or did not do. And this story is presented in a way that's very, I'm not going to say, it feels emotionless in the courtroom. The camera is very static. Here's the shot looking straight at this person talking. There's not a whole lot of big emotional moments. There's not a whole lot of swelling music to draw up that drama in the courtroom. It's very, here it is. Here's everything that everybody has to say about this, from the judge to Coly to the attorneys to witnesses, and it's just, you have to process all of this. And this film takes it upon itself to realize that its audience can do a lot of this heavy lifting on their own and process it themselves, and it doesn't try to sit there being like, this is how you feel. And we see this whole entire film through Rama's perspective, and that performance is so powerful. Kagame gives such a deeply emotional and affecting performance, and we see these challenging moments of her processing what she just saw in the courtroom as she's laying in her room, touching her own belly, or laying there contemplating everything that she just witnessed. And this film has a lot of depth and layers to it that'll have you processing this long after. And it's something very different. I don't feel like I don't think this kind of film would be made in the US, and it definitely wouldn't be made in the way that it is, where it's so just, here it is, you process this. There would be big swelling musical moments and people freaking out in the courtroom. And I think that's going to be a bit alienating. And to be honest, there's moments where I just felt like this is really dry. But it does have something very powerful to present to you as an audience member that you have to process through. And I found that pretty impressive and pretty impactful. But those are my thoughts on Saint-Omer. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.